Some places shouldn't exist, but they appear when they need someone new. I never believed in that nonsense, until I got a call from my old friend, Detective Edgar Harkins, a man who had spent his life chasing stories that weren't meant to be believed. But this time, he didn't sound excited. "Victor, we need to talk. It's happening again." "What's happening again?" "The house, it's back." There was something in his voice that sent a shiver down my spine. Edgar wasn't a man who scared easily. I arrived at the small town just past midnight. It was too quiet, as if the locals knew something outsiders didn't. Edgar was waiting for me in an old diner, his eyes telling me he hadn't slept in days. "There's a survivor, Victor," he said, lighting a cigarette with shaking fingers. "Someone made it out of the house, but he didn't come back the same." "A survivor?" That was new. "Where is he?" Edgar nodded toward the back of the diner. I turned to see a man sitting alone, staring into his coffee as if it held the secrets of the universe. I approached slowly and sat across from him. "Tell me what you saw." The man looked at me with empty eyes, then whispered, "The house doesn't want you to know, but it knows you're here." Then he smiled, but not with his mouth. Edgar took me to an abandoned field at the edge of town. This was where the house was supposed to be, but all I saw was dead grass and darkness. "Wait until midnight," Edgar muttered, checking his watch, and at exactly 12 a.m., the house appeared. It hadn't been there a minute ago, but now it was standing before us, as if it had always been there. It wasn't broken down or covered in shadows like I had imagined. It was normal. Too normal. Lights were on inside, the windows were clean, and the front door was locked tight. But something was wrong. "Are you going in?" Edgar asked in a hushed tone. I took a deep breath. Then, I climbed the steps. When I opened the door, I didn't find darkness. Instead, I stepped into a warm, well-lit living room, and there, waiting for me, was a family. A man, a woman, and a small child playing with wooden toys on the floor. "Finally, you've arrived, Doctor Graves," the man said with a smile. The way he said my name made my stomach turn, as if he had said it before. "Who are you?" I asked, keeping my voice steady. "We are the residents, and we've been here a long time." I looked around. The walls were covered with framed photographs of other families, the same room, the same furniture, but the faces were always different. Then, the child stopped playing and looked straight at me, and he whispered something that sent ice through my veins. "You will be in the next picture." I turned to leave immediately, but the family kept smiling as if nothing was wrong. "What is this place?" I asked, forcing myself to stay calm. "This is our home, Dr. Graves, and now it's yours too." Then the child started laughing, but his voice wasn't that of a child. It was layered, deep, and ancient. And then, the room vanished. I was no longer in the living room. I was standing in a long hallway, dimly lit by an eerie yellow glow. The walls were lined with framed photographs of families I didn't recognize. Then I heard footsteps behind me. I turned around. The family was still smiling, but they were no longer human. The doors were gone. No exit. No way back. Just the house, and whatever was inside it. The pictures on the walls started shifting. The faces in them were changing, and in one of the photos, I saw myself, standing exactly where I was now. Then, in the reflection of the glass, I saw a hand reaching for me. "It's time to join us." I felt something cold touch my shoulder. I didn't turn around. I had to get out, but the house wasn't going to let me. Every door I opened led me back to the same room. The same walls, the same shifting photographs. No escape. Until I noticed one photograph that was empty. There was space for only one more person. Where was I before I was here? I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. You didn't exist, Doctor. Graves, not until we called you. Then, the lights went out. When I woke up, I was lying in the middle of the abandoned field. The house was gone, but I wasn't alone. Edgar was there, staring down at me with concern. Are you okay? He asked, but he hesitated, as if he wasn't sure if I was really me. I stood up slowly, a strange feeling settling over me. Then, when I looked at my reflection in my car window, I realized the truth. My face was there, but my eyes weren't mine. And in the reflection, standing behind me, someone was smiling,